Hi, I'm Diane Dayton. We're at the 19th annual VF Outlet Berks Jazz Fest in Reading, Pennsylvania. And sitting down with us right now is the drummer's drummer, Steve Smith. Thank you for being here with us today, Steve.
My pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure to be here.
Yeah, you just had a drum clinic today, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I'm playing 2 shows tonight, but they put a clinic on in the afternoon to get into the educational aspect about what I do, and so that was organized by John Ernesto from the Berks Jazz Festival and sponsored by all of my various sponsors, Sonar Drums, Zildjian Cymbals, Vic Firth, Sticks, and Remo Heads, and
yeah.
Who else?
Well, you are a pretty busy guy. I mean, you've been doing things with Vital Information, your band.
Yes. Yeah.
And also all these tributes that you do too to Buddy Rich and other drummers too.
Yeah, I was asked by the Buddy Rich estate to play in a group they called Buddy's Buddies of all alumni of Buddy Rich, and we made 3 albums. We toured for about 8 years, and it was a lot of fun, and some great music was made during that time.
Oh, that's great. Now, I read somewhere, were you about 2 when you got your first drum set?
Well, I did get a little toy drum set when I was 2, but I didn't really start until I was 9.
9, okay.
Yeah, so I think I beat that drum set up pretty good. It was probably made of mainly paper or something. So, but when I was 9, I started studying. I got very serious about it, and I had a very good teacher, and then I continued to study throughout elementary school into high school, and then went to music college and just got
Berkeley, right?
the Berkeley College of Music in Boston, and got very serious about it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people know you from your time with Journey.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was, well, right after I left Berkeley, I was touring with Jean-Luc Ponty, a violinist, and the music was like fusion, electric jazz. And the guys in Journey heard me play with that band, and then I started playing with a guitarist named Ronnie Montrose. He was doing an instrumental jazz rock type of thing, and they heard me with them and with that group, and then asked me to join the band. And then that was a big shift for me to play more, of course, rock, pop type of drumming. But it was a lot of fun, and it was something I had never really done and was quite interested in exploring. So I got into it and spent 7 years recording and touring, and then left in '85 to really get serious again with the jazz. And you know, my group, Vital Information, I was playing with a group called Steps Ahead, with Michael Brecker and Mike Stern and Mike Maneri, and that was a great group that I stayed with them for about 7 or 8 years. And so even though people know me a lot from Journey, my background is more of the jazz, and then I did the rock, and it was a lot of fun and added a lot of repertoire to what I do, but my main focus is the jazz playing.
Your background is so diverse, and you've also won many awards too through Modern Drummer,
right? Yeah, Modern
right?
Drummer magazine has a reader's poll every year, and quite a few times they've voted for me in various categories, so that's always very exciting and inspiring. It keeps me motivated to deliver the goods. You know, when people come to see me play, I think they expect a certain standard, and I keep trying to you know, push myself so they're happy and I'm happy with what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, speaking of exciting, you had a DVD that's coming out.
Yeah, Hudson Music is a company that makes educational drum DVDs, and I made one for them in 2003. It's called Drum Set Technique: History of the U.S. Beat, which is about exactly what it says. It's about the history of the drum set and technique of playing the drum set. And that did very well, so they asked me to do a new DVD, which just came out last year, and that's called Drum Legacy: Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. And what that one is about, it's a pretty deep analysis of the drumming of some of the great jazz drummers who helped create the vocabulary and the concepts that the drummers that came after them all use. And we really share the U.S., the drum set, you know, this kind of music, jazz that comes from the U.S., has a very fundamental language, and it's also the language that is used in playing other kinds of music as well. But if you study it in the jazz form, in a way you get the most potent version of it. And then you can use these same ideas in all styles of music. So I wanted to present a study of Art Blakey, Max Roach, Philly Joe Jones, Elvin Jones, and Tony Williams, 5 of the key drummers that really helped create today's drumming vocabulary. And I feel like it was important for me to put that out there, because sometimes people are getting so far away from those roots that maybe a younger musician doesn't even quite know how to relate to it or listen to it. And so this gives you a lot of ideas of how to listen to it, what they're playing. I make very clear demonstrations of what it is that these drummers are doing. And then there's band examples where it's all in context with music and with the band. And there's a drummer, teacher, author named John Riley that's in the DVD also as my interviewer. So has commentary and questions, and so it's a pretty strong package. It's like a 5-hour double DVD with a CD of my band Jazz Legacy, a live CD of that group.
Oh, that sounds fabulous.
It's doing pretty well, you know, but it's brand new and it needs to get out there. And
get it out there. Yeah. Let's get it out there. Yeah. I know the first time I saw you, I was so mesmerized, because watching you play, it was like a ballet to me. It was so fluid and beautiful.
Well, that's a nice critique. Thank you very much.
It really, really is. It's like you are one with what you are doing, and it's fabulous to watch.
When it's on, that's what it feels like. Sometimes it can be work, but I want to achieve that state, where it's all flowing and everything feels very natural.
Yeah, excellent. If I were to ask you one question, what's really important to you, and you can take that any way you want, what would you say, Steve?
What's important to me?
Yeah, what's important, and it can be related to music or not.
Well, living a productive life.
Yeah.
I would think, in every aspect of, father, husband, musician, all of it, and trying to have a career and be a dad and a husband, and so many facets. So, and balance all that and be a productive person. So that hopefully puts some positive energy into the world.
Well, I think you do. I really do. I really do. And I think those people who are attending, your clinics and come to see you feel that way too.
That's great. I appreciate that.
Can't wait to hear you and your band.
Yeah, we're going to have fun tonight. We just had a good sound check.
Good.
And tonight's a special night because we have Andy Fusco, alto player, sitting in with us. So it'll take the music in a bit of a different direction.
Cool. That's excellent. Yeah. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Diane.
We're going to give you a break so you can grab something to eat and then get ready.
All right.
To pull together. We are coming to you from the 19th annual VF Outlet Berks Jazz Fest in Reading, Pennsylvania.